Shut your mouth, Elon. You knew it was coming. I said shut your mouth, Elon. Oh, hi guys. Welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Sorry, I was just having a chat with Elon. He's crying that the envoy is coming. But he knew it was coming, didn't he? And he did not prepare like a superior CEO would have. So, to start off today's video, I want to give a shout out to two of my subscribers. They put incredible comments. One of them is Maverick. Excuse me, guys. To put into perspective, NIO and the other brands' intrinsic value. NIO, by providing battery as a service, has disrupted the bad actors that will cause to have the car replaced than buying a new battery. Lose the resale value due to using a fixed battery as opposed to swapped it after resale. Increase insurance costs as if the car is total. The insurance racks up costs, including fixed battery, had no recycling management in place, just complained that recycling is a big problem, and all of it NIO has in place already. Yes, remember I told you guys NIO is also investing heavily into a recycling company? Woohoo! So NIO has debunked all of it in a short amount of time. Whereas any EV company in the US, Tesla, Lucid, Rivian, plus Korean, Kia, Hyundai, plus European, Volkswagen, BMW, Benz, Audi and others, plus Japanese, Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi and others, had plenty of cash, had their stock prices way overpriced, and had plenty of time to come up with it, and had all the mass media support and believers without reasoning this intrinsic value, they were just focusing on range, features, brands, cars, models per year, and anything that distracts and leads them to more costs. Insurance and buying cars are not managing the environment impact. Reason about these points. And then tell me, what is the actual value of Tesla stock at 180-ish, Rivian at 10-ish, Lucid at 27-ish, to mention a few? And what is the actual price of NIO and the real price to the book and the EPS? Well said, my brother. And I'm going to give one more shout out. Andre Fonseca, 5081. Mitch, thanks for your great job as always. You're welcome, my brother. Just wanted to share this with you. Uber makes $31.8 billion and doesn't have cars. Airbnb makes $8.4 billion and doesn't have any houses. Alibaba makes $126.5 billion without having any inventory. And what do you think NIO will be doing in some years just with the energy business model? We're going to be making more money than all of the three enterprises together. Go NIO, he says. Yes, my brother. What an amazing comment. So before we go any further, remember I was telling you guys that Europe is embracing NIO more and more. Take a look at this little clip. They're embracing, China more and more. Take a look at this clip and then we shall continue.
The choice of places is quite interesting. France, Serbia, Hungary, these are places that have been a little bit more receptive, perhaps, to China in the past.
Yeah, so France is a leading nation in the European Union and actually was said to have backed one of those key probes into Chinese EV makers last autumn, which then seemed to sort of trigger this sort of momentum of other probes into other areas of Chinese green tech. But saying that, Macron, I think, from Xi's perspective, is someone that presents a more independent and a slightly different voice from the rest of the European Union. He's a voice that I think Xi Jinping is hoping will allow him to put a lot more space between the EU and the US, because we have seen this increasingly sort of similar approach to curbing China's access to some of these tech, to raising a lot of these issues of overcapacity. And also there is this sort of personal nature of the relationship between Macron and Xi Jinping. Xi, during Macron's visit, took him to Guangdong Guangdong to the post of the Guangdong governor's residence, which is the post formerly held by Xi Jinping's father. Macron is responding in kind here with this personal touch. There is a plan to take Xi Jinping and his delegation to the Pyrenees Mountains, a part of the Pyrenees Mountains where he spent a lot of time with his grandmother. EU too. But I think France and both Hungary, from Beijing's point of view, present this opportunity to pressure the EU to move away from some of these EV probes. Hungary, for example, is a really important strategic partner for China when it comes to the EU. They do have the potential to block, obstruct, or even delay some of those probes. Hungary, too, is the last remaining European nation that's a member of the BRI, too. And so China is able to, in some ways, showcase the benefits of the economic relationship if it continues, and the benefits to Europe more widely if it continues to sort of maintain freer, more frictionless trade ties.
All right, guys, welcome back. As usual, guys, do not forget to hit that like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class to get a piece of the pie. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying. So, NIO stocks surged 12% on May 1 after the Chinese electric vehicle maker posted its latest delivery number in April. It delivered 15,620 vehicles. And now, all the consensus coming out of China is saying that we're going to deliver over 20,000. Representing 135% growth from a year ago and 32% growth from March. This is from Yahoo Finance, guys. That acceleration indicated that NIO's business was stabilizing, but its stock still trades 16% below its initial public offering price of $6.26 per American Depository Receipt. And just so that you guys know, I bought some more shares for my son yesterday to bring his average down yet again. I caught it at 570, something like that. So I'm gonna go skip a lot of the FUD on this because it just talks about what NIO is doing, blah blah blah. It says NIO deliveries rose 81% in 2019, 113% in 2020, 109% in 2021, and is poised to grow massively this year again with Onvo. And I'm gonna skip a lot more of this FUD and get to this. For the full year, analysts expect NIO's revenue to increase 18%, I say it's going to be more, compared to its 13% growth in 2023. That acceleration suggests it's gradually overcoming its near-term challenges, and its stock looks dirt cheap, being about equal to this year's sales by comparison. Tesla trades at 6 times this year's sales. Yes, you heard that right. It's a very nice meme stock if you're willing to take the risk on Tesla. So, I'm going to skip some more of this FUD. Is it the right time to buy, sell, or hold NIO stock, the writer says. I think NIO's downside potential is limited. So there's no clear reason to sell the stock right now. See how their tongues are twisting, and I told you guys this will happen? There's no reason to sell it now, he said. However, its near-term gains could also be capped until it stabilizes operating margins and value-seeking investors embrace Chinese companies again, as if they're not bracing Chinese companies. NIO stock could stay in the penalty box, but it makes more sense to buy or hold, he says, the stock instead of selling it. It's still a speculative EV play, but it's a promising one, excuse me guys, that's pumping out a lot more vehicles than many of its US counterparts. So now some of them are starting to say, yeah, it's a buy or hold now. So guys, I told you all, this is the way the game is played. They get you to to buy high and to sell low. So they had people panicking and selling who bought it in the high range, and they sold and lost money, and these clowns, they jumped in and bought. Now they're telling you it's time to buy to pump it back up again for them. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational for a Tuesday morning. If so, guys, do not forget to hit the thumbs up. I'm also going to leave the in the comment section a link to where you guys can order these NIO shirts. and customize it the way you want. It's a small business owner. So don't forget to support your small businesses as well, guys. Until next time, let's get rich or die trying, guys.